In this week's Retro Pop Culture News, we have the first footage of the Munsters cast for their upcoming movie. Then Swatch Watch, they're bringing back some of their 1984 watches. Also, BMX Bike company Mongoose, they have two 1984 bikes that they're going to be bringing back for sale. And we have a lot more news to talk about, so don't turn that dial. What up to my peoples, and welcome to Retro Crunch. So in our first retro news, we're finally going to be getting our first look at some of the cast for the new Munsters movie that's being made by Rob Zombie. Last week you saw the house was still under construction, but now that that's all done, we're finally getting our first preview of Herman, Lily, and the Count. And I have to say, I love it. I wasn't sure what to think with Rob Zombie directing the Munsters, and frankly, I kind of thought that it might take some of the humor out of it, but with this first look at what he's doing, there's definitely going to be some good comedic tones to it, and I'm really thankful for that. I have always loved the Munsters more than the Addams Family. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but over the years, the Munsters, they just never really got the same success that the Addams Family did. And I'm not really versed on why that is, but maybe some of you Munsters fans can help inform the rest of us on why. I am, however, really excited that we are finally getting a Munsters movie, and maybe that'll lead to more people in Hollywood falling in love with the Munsters, and then we'll finally get that TV show that we've been wanting. The look of Herman, Lily, and the Count, for me, it's really great. I think it does really remind me of the 1960s show, but I'd like to know what you guys think. How do you like the way that they look for this new one? Herman, for me, is my favorite, and I think that they are spot on, and they're going to do a really good job with this one. Rob Zombie, man, got to give you all the credit in the world. I think you're doing a great job, and I really look forward to what you're going to be doing with this movie. And then next, Mel Brooks is finally delivering on a long-awaited promise. So this is one the fans have been waiting for over 40 years. The sequel to History of the World Part 1 is being made. Yes, Part 2 is in the works, and it's a TV show. Dudes and dudettes, it's being made on Hulu, and that's all we really know so far. But once I do find out more about this and get some more information, I'll let y'all know. But where's Spaceballs? We need some Spaceballs too. So, Mel, bring us Spaceballs. And then we got the first trailer for the remake of Home Alone. Now, this one's called Home Sweet Home Alone, and it looks dang near exactly like the original shot for shot for this trailer. I'm really not sure how I'm feeling for this yet, but I do know it's coming out on November 12th on Disney, but let me know how you feel about it in the comments down below. Then speaking of Disney, the company is going to be making a movie about the creation of its park Disneyland. I've been fascinated with Walt Disney and his parks, so this should be a really fun retro movie to check out next year. In 1984, the year Transformers blasted into popularity, both Ghostbusters and the Gremlins came out. In 1984, it was a huge year for Swatch Watch. Swatch is celebrating 1984 with some really cool designs. I believe there's 5 different watches that you can pick up on their website for the celebration. Now, I've already looked at some of them. They look really cool. Some of the ones that I really wanted weren't on there, but I'll link to their page down below if you want to get you some retro swag. And then who didn't love BMX bikes in the 80s? I mean, come on. It was a staple and almost a must-have if you were an outdoors 80s kid growing up. But the best, especially for me, was the Mongoose. Now, this was the Cadillac of the BMX world. I remember I had one in 1987. Man, I love that bike. Now, if you want to relive the BMX days, though, Mongoose are going to be bringing back 2 different 1984 bikes, the Super Goose and the California Special. Hey, whether you're trying to get your kid outside or you got a super ramp in your backyard and you want to go ride it, the website mongoose.com, I'll link to it down below where you can find out how to get the bikes. And finally, if you're into retro news and nostalgia stuff from back in the day, I'll see you in the next video. I'll catch you on the flip side, and remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.